You're about to enter the world of Strawberry Ice and the Ice Cave. Let's go! Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Trenopole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of Houday Nation and Jackpot Joey Burrow. All right, guys, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I'm up to 1,135 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And as always, you got the new thing, Super Chat. So if you guys would like to support what I'm doing here, it's on the YouTube channel. It's a Super Chat, and you guys can jump to the front of the line. Now, this show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys, got a very special show today. This is a very special week. It's Jungle to the Hall. But first of all, I gotta welcome my man back, Jeremy, not known as Dimebag D.
Jeremy, what is going on?
So I'm glad to see you're feeling better after your COVID shot. So that's good.
Yeah, it's good that they do them on Friday, so that way you can just waste away your weekend and then pretty much enjoy nothing for the rest of the week other than work.
Yeah, I have to tell you sound 10 times better than you did yesterday. If he would have been on the show yesterday, he'd be like, "Hi, this is Jeremy, and
I was a little
remember you don't live in Cleveland, you live in." I'm like, all right, dude, you're not gonna be on the show. All right, well, let's get to the man. He has got this Jungle to the Hall thing going, and we're going to tell you all about it. He's none other than Jimmy. What's going on, brother?
Wait a minute, Jeremy. I'm glad you're feeling better, brother. But you don't look any better. You don't look very good. I'm just saying.
I tell you that all the time.
One thing about these vaccinations, that I was promised was that you get injected and then you're healed and you turn 18 again. And I'm still waiting for one of those movies where you wake up and you're 13 again or you're 20 again.
Dude, those days have passed you by a long time ago, brother.
I'm glad you're feeling better, buddy.
I appreciate it, man. The government would never lie to me about something like that, so I'm waiting.
All right, Jimmy, I know you're short on time.
Yep.
Jimmy, I know you're short on time, and I appreciate you coming on, but let's get the info out there and tell everybody about the Jungle to the Hall, which is this Saturday.
Man, I tell you what, Jeff, I can't wait to have a beer with you up in Canton, brother.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a blast. So let's talk about the main part of the event that day. So the Jungle to the Hall, we expect a couple hundred Bengal fans easily in Canton at the event tent on the grounds of the Hall of Fame between 1 and 3 o'clock. So let's give you a little bit more detailed itinerary. And Jeff, I'll give you some breaking news on some things here as well.
Ooh, I like that.
So from 1 to 3 o'clock is the actual event.
Right.
Let's be very clear. Everybody that's coming up, look, this is a very respectful. We're in hallowed ground. We want to be respectful of the people that are in the Hall of Fame. The people that work in the Hall of Fame have nothing to do with the players that get in there. There's a ton of Bengal fans that work in the Hall of Fame that cannot wait for us to come up and have a couple hundred Bengal fans go through the hall. So basically what we're going to do from 1 to 3 o'clock is we're going to celebrate our Bengal legends, guys, the guys that we feel, the 8 guys we feel should be in the Hall of Fame. And we're going to really focus on 3, Ken Riley, Ken Anderson, and Willie Anderson. But, you know, we've got a ton of videos. We've got some significant big-time name videos that have done some intros for some of these Bengal legends. We feel that their legacy should be protected in the Hall of Fame. There's only one in 50-plus years, guys. Unacceptable. The 9 senior voters that vote will be getting their ballots here sometime early July. That's why the timing of this mid-June was what we wanted to do with this. Us as Bengal fans have got local and national media talking about this like crazy. And it's all about bringing awareness and conversation to these great players, man, that we feel should be in the Hall of Fame. So from 1 to 3 o'clock up there in the event tent, actually on the Hall of Fame grounds. We rented this event tent from the Hall of Fame themselves, okay? They've been great to work with. About 1:25, 1:30, we'll have a press conference. We've got a great video done by the Bengals UK folks that you're not going to believe. It is unbelievable what they did for this intro video to get people involved in this thing. We're going to run down and talk about these 8 players. We've got great videos. We got some virtual stuff going on. Willie Anderson will be there live, guys. He will be there in person.
It is confirmed.
Literally just talked to him 20 minutes before we got on air. He is going to be flying into Cincinnati Friday and riding up Saturday morning with some friends and some people up to Canton. So he will be there. So if you have your Willie Anderson jerseys, whoever's coming up, wear it, brother. He's excited about it. So, but we're going to go down and break down the top 8 and the whys behind it. We got some surprises during that conversation for those top 8 players we're going to celebrate. We will have several door prizes that will be given away. We will actually do some giveaways during that time as well. We're going to have a huge Bengal growl hooday chant by the group. There's going to be local and national media there. The Bengals are sending up a videographer that day for us as well to capture this historic event. And guys, I'm just so proud of Bengal Nation right now, man. Just to get this type of conversation going locally is one thing. But the stuff going on social media to get this conversation going the way it is on a national basis is exactly what we want. When we've had 3 of the 9 senior voters on our show, guys, and we had Ira Kaufman from Tampa Bay. He's one of the 9 senior voters. He writes for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Guys, literally, he comes on. First thing he says, guys, I got to give a shout out to Houday Nation.
Yeah.
For the past 6 months to a year, I've heard more about Ken Riley, Ken Anderson, Isaac Curtis, Willie Anderson than I have ever heard in my life. That's
what I'm talking about.
You guys are being heard, and we're doing it in a respectful way. And no way, shape, or form do we want to start bad mouthing the voters, right? Mm-mm. But to get that type of conversation going with the senior voter is outstanding. We're proud of Bengal Nation. But back on that event, guys. So the press conference will start at 1:30. A lot of fun. We're going to have so much fun. A bunch of surprises during that time. And then at 3 and 3:30, the Hall of Fame has been outstanding to work with. The curator up there has done a special Anthony Munoz display when we walk into the gold jacket area. Ooh. It's going to be a specific display about Anthony Munoz. And I think it might be his gold jacket. I don't know that for sure. Ooh. But I know there's going to be some cool things. That display will be focused on Anthony Munoz. And guys, what's even cooler, man, is that they're doing a special theater presentation, not a screen, but a curator is going to come in this room and talk to the Bengal fans that are there and really go through the history of the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to have artifacts from Bengals history. They're going to talk a lot about Paul Brown. So the group is too big to do in one session, so we're going to do one at 3, one at 3:30. Then after that, everybody gets their own kind of self-guided tour through the hall. So, guys, it is very simple, guys. We are just – look, man, it's been a lot of people put a lot of time into this thing, and I will tell you, right now, the only thing, we just need to make sure we show up in force, guys. And it looks like we've got about 230 people that have RSVP'd. I know there's a number of people that have not been able to RSVP because they don't know how to work that link, which is fine. We need you to bring your friends, your family. pick people up on the way up the Canton, guys. It is going to be a blast, and we're going to have a lot of fun up there, man. And this is going to be a celebration of our Bengal legends. And guys, I'm excited. I cannot believe Houday Nation. We never envisioned this thing to get as big as it has, and it is really all credit to Bengal fans. Hey, guys, we've got Bengal fans coming in from New Jersey, upstate New York, Florida, Indianapolis, Louisville, Lexington. It's amazing where they're coming in from. And
Oh no!
No sound. There you go.
There you go.
Am I back?
You're
Yeah.
back.
Dude, I'm getting phone calls right now. They're probably watching your show, Jeff, and I'm getting lit up right now.
You're like, hey, I see you on Strawberry Ice's show. Like, well,
It's
don't
probably
call
Mike
him. He's on the phone.
I know
It's
that.
probably
guy.
Mike Brown.
Yep. So just to let you know, man, the event from 1 to 3 o'clock is free. It is the parking lot is right next to the tent, right next to the Hall of Fame. It is that simple, guys. If you want to get into the tour of the Hall of Fame afterward, we have $5 discounted tickets that you can get linked on the top of our social media platforms. Free to get, $5 discounts. If you get them that day of, you'll have to pay full price for those. So, guys, look, I don't care what else is going on. 1 to 3 o'clock, we need bodies. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have some stuff going on during the event. So that's the most important thing. But that morning at Massillon Senior High School, we've worked it out with Coach Nate Moore, who used to coach here at LaSalle High School, that he's opening up the facilities for us, him and the boosters. So we get to walk on the field at Massillon High School. This is where it all started for Paul Brown, guys. This is where it all began.
Mm-hmm.
History.
We're going to get to go into the locker room. We're going to be able to see state championship stuff from Paul Brown and his state championship teams. There's a big statue of Paul Brown out front. They have a big indoor facility. They have a mini trophy area, Hall of Fame area, where you'll be able to see murals and pictures of Paul Brown, the founder of our Cincinnati Bengals, guys. So, guys, and Coach Nate Moore misses Cincinnati's Grippo barbecue chips.
Yes.
So
I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to say that.
grab a small bag of chips or a box. It doesn't matter. We're going to fill his office up with barbecue chips and Grippos.
Heck yeah, we
That's
are.
right. That's
But
right.
guys, hey, look, man, I am just overwhelmed. I think the Bengals organization is like, oh my gosh, this thing has gotten so big on the local and national media perspective. Bengal fans, now is our time for our voices to be heard, guys. And they hear us. They freaking, not just the senior committee, but everybody across the board, or even current committees, are hearing and seeing everything that's going on with this. This is pretty powerful stuff, guys, that Bengal Nation has been doing here. So it's fun.
Yeah, Bengal Twitter is blowing up, dude. It's been so much fun to be a part of this and promoting this on my show and helping you out as much as I can. I can't wait to get there. I'm leaving my house. Like I said, you know this. I pushed my vacation back so I can go to this thing. So me and my dad are leaving at 5:30 in the morning. I'm heading up there. We're going to be there all day. It's going to be a blast. Jeremy can't go. He's an out.
No, Jeff, you need to send your jet down and pick Jeremy's up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, my jet.
Well, no, he's got the big jet. I've got, like the president, and then I've got the little.
I got the big jet.
One
That's
of them.
right. Yeah.
What are them, prop planes?
I can glide maybe, but if there was 1 inch of a chance for me to come, I would be there. I'd be partying with you.
Hey, man,
I'm so jealous.
Hey, you're not the only one. It's okay, man. We understand, and that's why it's really cool. What we're asking for people to do that day, anything that's related to that Jungle to the Hall event on any social media platform, if any pictures or videos you guys post, do hashtag Jungle to the Hall. That way, folks like Jeremy can actually click on that link and see all the videos and pictures and all the stuff that's going on that day. We are not going to do a live stream that day. There's some complications with that with the Hall of Fame and some other stuff going on. But I mean, if anything we pictures or videos we post, we want to make sure we're using that hashtag Jungle to the Hall. That way, folks that cannot be up there for whatever reason, diehard fans that have other things going on, they can see and kind of be involved and see what's going on that day as well.
Exactly. Well, Jeremy, don't worry. I will make sure I FaceTime you and show you how much fun it is that you're not here.
Exactly. And I know that Cincinnati, our fans are the silent majority type fans. I know we've heard that in political terms, but when it comes to Cincinnati fans, you're at 260 something right now. I can see them pouring in. I know you guys will pour in, even if you don't RSVP. If you don't, I can see people just pouring into this thing, because why would you not if you're a Bengal fan?
Hey, I can tell you right now, guys, Willie Anderson is jacked about this. He's never been to the Hall of Fame, guys. Never been. So he's literally going to go to this event, and he's going to go get his own private tour as a VIP there as a former NFL player. So, guys, we're excited. And, Jeff, I want to thank you and Jeremy for continuing to promote it. What I love about this platform, guys, is that there's no us versus you. There's there's no us versus somebody else.
Nope.
This is team and city first, guys. And that's what I love about this, brother.
Yep.
And it means a lot, man. And
exactly, man.
We appreciate your help. And we want to just, as a group, everybody on the screen here from our group, guys, Bengal Nation, you guys are freaking awesome.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see everybody Saturday up there.
Exactly. All right, Jimmy, I know you want to get back to that drink.
Yeah.
Can I do one more, Jeff?
No, you're not allowed.
I said Jeff. I should Jim is what I meant. No,
too many J's.
I think I noticed a picture of you in a nice little hat, chilling in the sun somewhere.
That wasn't me.
You haven't taken any vacations recently, or been out anywhere?
Maybe. Might have been to Tampa. Where are you going, Jeremy?
Okay.
I don't know either, Jim.
All right, there we go.
I feel like I'm walking into a trap right now.
No, you're good. It was just an old picture that had popped up on Twitter, and I said, that's SOB. Okay.
That might have been me. I don't know.
Well, you can always see his Bengal Jim koozies because everybody likes taking pictures of their beer in his koozie on the beach.
Yeah,
so, which I got one.
Jeremy, that might be it because people take those koozies there. I just repost them. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's other people, so that could be it.
Yeah.
That could be.
See, that's why. I have a strawberry ice koozie, but that's the only one I haven't given them out. So I got.
And you got a Bengal Jim koozie, and I don't.
We appreciate it, guys. And Jeff,
all right, brother.
Jeff, I look forward to seeing you up in camp, buddy.
All right, brother. Who day? See you Saturday.
Jim, thank you, bud.
Awesome. All right, that was cool. That was awesome. Yeah, he was out eating with his wife and family. He squeezed me in, so I was like, all right. So that's why I wanted to hurt and get him also get back to his drink and his dinner.
You can't let that strawberry ice melt, baby.
Exactly. And strawberries, we melt in the sun, brother. We melt in the sun. That's
right. That's right. That's why we stay in here and do this.
Right. Exactly. So, all right, let's get into the Bengals. We had, a couple big notes today. Akeem Adeniji apparently tore his pectoral muscle, I guess, last week and had surgery on it. So he's out for a couple months. He might be out for the season. Don't know. Depends on how the rehab and everything goes. And the OTAs are officially over. The Bengals offseason program is officially over. Zach Taylor announced that today. I kind of wish they'd go and finish it out because I think we need as much work as we can get. But I do understand everybody showed up at OTAs when they didn't have to. So he's rewarding them by giving them, like 2 days early. And I think it's also just, get the guys to get the body rested up and ready to go for a long season. So,
and I'm with you on that completely. I do want to see him put in more work. I think, but we've got a lot of work we're going to put in before then. And then as we get into our training camp, and I think he mainly kind of just done it for the guys too, in a way, to say.
Yeah, it's also, I think it's a reward for showing up,
Yeah. I'm with you there 100%. I think that's part of his thinking anyway,
right.
Help their body. But at the same time, hey, I'm a young coach. I'm not much older than some of you guys, but you know what? Take a couple days off. I appreciate you guys showing up, and that don't happen everywhere. What did they say? A couple other teams?
I don't know if anybody else has done it because I don't think
we
anybody else. Not that I know of. I mean, I haven't heard this. I don't think anybody else had 100% participation in OTAs from day one.
Yeah,
I think the Bengals might be the only one. So.
That's amazing.
To me, I mean, they showed up. They've been going at this for what, 3 weeks now, something like that. So
yeah.
So I mean, I understand. We've won 6 games in 2 years. I like them to keep putting work in, but I totally understand. But that brings me to another charity event that I like to promote, and that is the Orange Arrows Charity Fantasy Football League. And if you guys like fantasy football and you want to join in and for a good cause. Check out the Orange Arrow. Go to his Twitter page. It's pinned to the top, and you got all the details and everything are there to link in and to get out of there, Jeremy. I don't know what to say. You're such an idiot. You got me all discombobulated now. Go to Orange Arrow's page And all the information to join the league is there. The benefits go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Foundation. So that's a good cause. So hats off to Orange Arrow and his fantasy league. So make sure you guys get on there and comment. I want to get some Bengals talk here, or not Bengals, Reds talk here real quick. Okay. Because the Reds are officially 4 games out right now. 4 games out of first place. They whooped up on the Boozers' booty last night. Kicked their ass 10-2. Now, unfortunately, that's probably what the Reds are going to have to do until they get this bullpen fixed or the guys start stepping up and be able to pitch. But 10-2 over the, at the time, tied for first place Milwaukee Boozers is pretty good. Tonight you got Luis Castellanos versus Brett Anderson. It's advantage Reds. Brett Anderson isn't that great of a starting pitcher, but the bullpen is awesome for the Boozers. So hopefully the Reds can win tonight. They win tonight. They win the series, and you just keep moving on and moving up. We win tonight. We're I think we'd be 3 games out. So it's getting to be pretty close to put up or shut up time for Bob Castellini in the front office. You're either in or you're out, and I hope to God they're in.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the last thing you want to do is just, give up, especially being 4 games out, man. People, I mean, there's some teams that every team, actually, if you're not number 1, 2, or 3, would love to be number 4.
Right, exactly.
We're talking about a couple games away from being, 2, and then
they're third place right now, so we're in this thing. We're definitely in this thing.
Yep, and
no doubt about it.
More help we can get will help our season. But man, I tell you what, with the hitting, the percentages, the home runs, it reminds me a little bit of kind of the old. I don't want to compare these guys to anybody, but
right.
It reminds me of a very good team with the Reds one year.
Yeah. Well, they're not there yet, but they're offensively, they're putting comparable numbers to what that team did back in the 70s. We'll just leave it at that. Not saying that they are that team, but the offensive numbers they're putting on is very, very comparable, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
It is. It's a blast. I mean, heck, we sat and watched the game, and we were down 2-0, and just like that, man, our offense can click, and once they start clicking, it is over, my brother. And
exactly. And Mike Moustakas is pretty close to being back. So that brings me to a question to people watching the show, and we'll get back into Bengals content here in a minute. I got Bengals. Trust me, I got a lot of Bengals stuff written down, but this is just a question I want to put out there to you guys. When Mike Moustakas comes back, where do you play him? Now, what I think they're going to do, I think they're going to move Gino back to shortstop, Moose at third, and go that way. My opinion, because Farmer's playing a pretty good shortstop, not great, better than Giovanni or Gino Suarez. Better defensively than him. He's also hitting. Gino's still not hitting that great. I mean, my opinion is maybe bench Gino for a little bit, give him a rest. I mean, hell, you got Shogo Akiyama that you're paying how much money and you're not playing him. So don't tell me you're playing him because of the money, because Shogo is making a hell of a lot more money than Naquin is, and Naquin is playing him every day.
Exactly.
So my opinion is get Moose in there, give Gino a rest, and try to mix and match that way. But I don't know what you guys think. Yeah, William House, I would love to trade for Trevor Story. I don't know if the Reds have. I don't know. Wow, they might have. They got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of prospects. We got a lot of guys on the major league team that we could throw in, and I don't think would hurt us. I mean, like we have. I throw it out there. We got Shogo, which they're not playing. I love Shogo. I don't really want to trade him, but that's a possibility. You got the Punisher who's back. There's guys down in the minor leagues, not Hunter Green, not Lodolo. But, yeah, I wouldn't mind trading for Trevor Story because that would also, I think, help the infield defense as a whole, because you got to be able to catch the ball. And Eugenio is a better third baseman than he is a shortstop.
Yeah.
But the only other guy on the team that can play shortstop is Farmer, really. And so, but my bigger thing is the bigger hole for me, William, is the bullpen. We can, I think, mix and match. I'd love to get Story, but we can mix and match and kind of figure out the shortstop situation. We're not going to be able to mix and match with the bullpen. We have too many guys down there who, quite honestly, can't pitch. Hopefully they'll step up and they'll start pitching better. But we're 3 months or 2.5 months into the season, and it hasn't gotten any better. So if we're going to make any trades, for me, it's the bullpen. You got to trade for the bullpen. I know people have said bring up Hunter Green, which that is a possibility, but he just got to AAA. I think I really do. I think he might be, they're pushing him. I think he's going to be a September call-up. I really think he's coming up then. I think they're taking their time with him. I know he throws 105 miles an hour, and everybody's like, well, that translates to Major League Baseball. If it's straight and you don't have a secondary pitch and you haven't actually learned how to be a pitcher, I mean, there's lots of guys, I won't say anybody. If you can throw the ball 105 miles an hour, that's a gift from God. But you have to be able to place it different places, for Major League Baseball. You have to have a secondary pitch. And that was the biggest problem with Hunter Green. And I know he's been pitching lights outs in AA. Just let him grow. Let's see what he does at AAA. Let's not push this kid, because this kid can be really, really good. So yeah.
And you know what? He's almost like a young. Now, when I say this, it's just complete fantasy. But the way you watch him, and I've actually got to watch him pitch, which is crazy. I've got to watch him pitch a little bit down here. I don't normally get to stay up on that a whole lot, but watching him pitch, like you said, he's got about one pitch, and it's the heater. And
well, the other pitches are coming there. It's just they're not major league ready as well. They might be. I don't know, but I want him to just stay in AAA and make sure it is before you bring him up. Go ahead. Right. Sorry.
Yep, I'm with you 100% there. But he kind of reminds me of like a young Nolan Ryan. If you remember back in the day, he just threw heat, and they even put him out there. But by that time, just like you explained, he had already learned his second pitch, maybe even a third pitch, his changeup or his curve or whatever. So if you don't rush him too quick, again, to agree with you, which we normally don't do a whole lot on this show, but I can see it happening.
Well, my fear is they rushed Homer Bailey up here, and it took him a good 2 or 3 years, I think, to recover from that. And Hunter Green is too talented of a guy to mess up. I would rather let him be down there too long than bring him up here, because you bring him up here, you lose your confidence. You start getting in your own head. Well, I was doing this in the minor leagues. This was working. It's not working here. I tried this. This is not working. Single A, double A, triple A is there for a reason. There's a reason that guys progress, and they have that. So that's where I'm just like, you got to be patient and trust me. It's hard. If I had thought he was ready, I'd say, yes, bring him up, which I'm not saying he's not ready. I just don't want to rush him. If he does great, maybe you can bring him up on the All-Star break. We'll see how he does in AAA. That's all I'm saying. Let's let him marinate down there for a month or two. And if he's doing as good in AAA as he did in AA, then by God, bring him up, bring him out of that bullpen, let him through 105, and that would be great. But I would rather that and make sure he's ready. Because the Reds need him. The Reds need him to right now. They need him right now. Mm-hmm. But he's too good of a pitcher to rush. Does that make sense? In my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, I agree.
Mike Kyle Jr., what's up, Bengals Nation?
What's up, brother?
In the house. Hey, all right, let's get to the Bengals talk here. And like I said, the offseason program is over. Next time we will see the Bengals on the field is training camp. That's about 6 weeks away. It can't get here fast enough. I cannot freaking wait. Again, Akeem Adeniji tore his pectoral muscle, so he's most likely out for the year. If not, I mean, he might come back in the middle of the season, but he's just going to be a backup guy. So what I've talked about all offseason is the depth that this team has. Now, Adeniji was part of that depth. Zach was asked in his press conference, are they going to try and go out and get, a offensive lineman to replace Adeniji? And he said, and not so many words, he said yes, but he said Duke is always looking for that. I think it's obviously going to be more of a they're going to concentrate on that more now than they did before because, well, you lost one of your key backup guys and possibly, Adeniji, was in the mix for starting guard too. He was going to be, considered in that competition. So it's a kind of a big loss. So they got to go get somebody, I think, to at least take his reps. And if somebody else goes down, you got to have somebody you can plug and play.
I'm with you, and listening to him say that kind of, or listening to his press conference kind of let me know they do plan on going out and getting somebody. It didn't seem to me like they're into going and getting a big name that might still be out there floating around somewhere.
Right.
But somebody, but man, I tell you what, it sucks to see a second-year player who between the two of us thought played decent for
he had a sixth-round pick. Yeah, he had a good rookie year for a sixth-round pick, I thought.
Yeah, and it's just like, here's our luck. Now, second year where he, this is when he really going to start learning and blowing up. Now he's out. Now he's got another. So I say bring in that Morgan Moses. I think somebody
that's the thing.
him,
that's you, like you just said. You don't think they're bringing in a guy who wants to start. Morgan Moses wants to start, so I don't think he's. I think more of the guy that Nick Eason. I think he's still out there. He was a center/guard. Played for I think Minnesota last year.
Yeah,
if I remember right, I think that's a guy that's out there. There's still guys that are out there that they could possibly get. And bring in that'll be capable of backups. And I don't think they want to get a guy who wants to be a starter because I think they want Carmen Jackson to start, and then it's going to be between Spain and Seraphilia at the other guard, and then you got Jonah Williams. Now, let me get the Mike. Mike's got a question here, real quick. Are they having open training camp where we can go down? I don't know. I think they have to be at, from what Zach was saying on the press conference, they have to be at least 85% of the team or the origin, I guess, has to be 85% vaccinated. And they are very close to that. And that's also another reason I think Zach gave him a couple of days off because I think some guys are going to get the shot. And Jeremy, as you know, you get the shot, you don't feel so good for a couple of days. So I think they're trying to get everybody vaccinated so they can have a normal training camp, as normal as they possibly can have right now. And I don't know, I'll be here in Ohio. It's pretty normal right now. I mean, pretty much everything's back to normal. The Reds game's at full capacity. Bengals game, I think, is going to be at full capacity. You don't have to wear masks, at stores. So we're getting very, very close to back to normal. So I think that's another reason that they cut training camp short.
Yeah, I actually think here in Alabama, we're all looking around like, what happened this last year? I mean, nothing ever really shut down completely.
Down south, they didn't shut nothing down there.
Great home Alabama, man.
Now let's get to this is a good show topic. Now we know Joe Burrow is the key to this whole thing. So this whole season. What player, in your mind, other than Joe Burrow, is a key person to have a really breakout good year for the Bengals to have a playoff run, a winning season? Do you got thoughts on what player or what position is the one that has to have a good year for the Bengals to have a winning season? You have thoughts on that, Jeremy? Now we didn't rehearse this. I'm giving it to him right on the fly. So
I know, right? So are we talking offense or defense?
Any. Well, let's go offense and let's go defense. We'll go one offense and one defense. Let's do it that way.
Okay.
You go first. You do your offense, and then I'll do my offense. Then you do defense, and then I'll do that.
Okay. On offense, I'm going to say that Tyler Boyd's going to be overlooked. I wanted to say Uzama because I believe he's going to have a big year. But I tell you what, you double Chase, you double T. Boyd is a Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver that because his name's not Tyler, she hate me or whatever, on the back of me. This kid is something really special. You know what you get with him. You know he's going to catch the ball. You know he's going to run the right route. So that would be mine. We can get in the offensive line, but you said one, so that'd be
well. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying on the biggest key on offense or defense. For me, I'm gonna go straight to the offensive line. To me, it's Jonah Williams. This team needs him to be. If he can be an all-pro, like I think he can eventually be an all-pro left tackle. I really do. I'm not saying he has to do it this year, but it would really help. He has to have a healthy, very productive season for this year. Just and just not because of what happened to Joe Burrow last year, but just in general, this offensive line has to be at least average to above average for the Bengals to have a very good season. So I think for me, the key guy, other than Joe Burrow, obviously, to having a winning season is Jonah Williams. Who you got on defense?
Jonah Williams. On defense, I'm going to have to stick with the man that we have not got to see play since he got here.
Your boy, I know where you're going.
$60 million contract, and
he doesn't like talking about that, by the way.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's good. But I've heard different different places, different people. He's going to be solid. He's going to be shut down. He's going to be average. I think he's going to be more towards the solid to shut down. And I don't want to say shut down, but in between for us. And he's going to have to, because the deal is if we have to play our backfield the way we did last year with LaShawn Sims and Darius Phillips, who's really still a young guy trying to figure out the game, we've got to have somebody that can shut down a receiver to allow the rest of the guys to get to the guys they need to and not use so much of this.
Right.
You take this guy, this guy, and don't work that way in football, but you get where I'm going.
Yeah. All right. For me on defense is DJ Reader. We only got to see him a little while last year. I think he's a very key thing. One, he's going to hopefully take up some double teams. Two, stop the run. And if he does both those, I mean, he's not going to stop the run by himself, but he's going to be a big key contributor to run stopping. If he can do both those, that's going to open up the outside. That's going to open up guys flying to the quarterback and getting pressure on that quarterback. So that's where I think DJ Reader is a big key to this season. Now, we can roll into this way. We can go. So we got play. What is the position group offensively and defensively in your mind? Let's throw the wide receivers out. We know the wide receivers are going to be good. I'm trying to throw out the most obvious ones. We know the wide receivers are going to be good. So offensively, what part of the game, like offensive line, running backs, where Zach and his play calling, where you want to go? What do you think is the key to the season for that this year?
Well, if you would ask me this yesterday, I might have thought a little bit more about, the backups for Mixon to give him a rest here or there. But after hearing about what happened to Adeniji, that's a backup tackle, guard, / he can do both. So I'd have to go offensive line all the way up, just like you did with with Williams, but I'd have to go offensive line because I see Mixon playing great. Our receivers, like you said, Burrow's not even worth talking about. It's the offensive line all the way for me, brother. Well, I don't know what you're thinking.
Just to kind of switch it up on you, I agree with you that too. But I'm gonna throw it on Joe Mixon. I think having a key or a big season being out there every down, all 3 downs, catching passes out of the backfield, being Joe Burrow's, the breakdown, it all breaks down, the dump down. His outlet passes. Thank you. That Joe has never been relied on to do that. It's always been Gio for that. So to me, for this offense to run good, one, we got to run the ball. I mean, that everybody knows that. We got to run the ball more than we did last year. And there are people, quote unquote experts predicting that Mixon could rush for over 1,000 yards. He could have he could have more than that at all yards. That we have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins at both 1,000 yards and Tyler Boyd at 900 and something. I mean, our offense, what people think our offense can do is unbelievable. But to me, the key to it is you got to run the ball, and it's Mixon. Not only the dump downs, but he's also going to be able to pick up the blitzes, which another thing, Gio was in there for that. So it's a big year as far as Mixon goes because they're putting a lot more on him.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude. I mean, that's a need. We've got to get the running game going. So it starts with the offensive line, then it ends with the running backs when it comes to running the football, and that's really the two biggest, I guess you could call it, question marks. With Joe Mixon's never been a question mark.
No, it's not a question mark. It's just they're asking more of him that he hasn't had to do. And I think he can completely do it. I don't think it's a problem at all. I just think, he's got to do it. So let's go. All right. So let's go to the defensive side. And I know I said positions and I picked one player, I picked running back. I said Mixon. I meant running backs in general, but mostly Mixon. So defensively, you got linebackers, you got defense line, you got cornerbacks, safeties. What position, as far as what they've done in the offseason to add guys, what position really needs to improve upon what they did last year to this year to help the Bengals win? In your opinion?
I really hope Cam Sample shows up. I think it's our defensive line. I think Hendrickson, bringing him in, we brought in 360 pounds of pure just beefcake in the middle to back up DJ Reader and Mike Daniels, maybe Gino. I don't know yet. Big Daddy Bayou, he's coming after you. But if those guys show up, I feel like if we can rush that, because last year we rushed them and we got to them, but we didn't get the quarterback down.
Right.
So this year, if we rush them, we get the quarterback down, the pass is never thrown, and there's no worries on the backside. So for me, I think I would take a good quick pass rush rather, than maybe, saying our defensive backfield. But you may think something completely different.
Well, I agree with you on that we have to have a big pass rush this year, and that is going to be a big key to everything else. I'm just take a different perspective on it. Another one is the linebacker room. And they didn't really add anybody to the linebacker room that they had last year. I think this is a big year for Logan Wilson and Akeem Davis-Gaither, our second and third round picks last year. Or was Davis fourth round? I can't remember. But this is their year. This is their year to step up. And I think the Bengals are relying on them to step up and make some plays. And Logan Wilson and Davis-Gaither toward the end last year, I think, really started stepping up and making plays. And the game started slowing down for them. And you could see glimpses of why the Bengals drafted them. So I think this is a big year for them to make that second leap, or make that big leap here to the year. And that's going to be key because, like I said, they didn't add anybody to the linebacking core. They actually subtracted because Bynes they haven't signed him back yet. I don't know if they're going to.
Yeah, and from what I asked, it doesn't sound like they're going to, which tells me that they must have a lot of faith in Marcus Bailey. I don't know, but
you forget about him. He played a lot of special teams last year, but he gets step up and take some of Bynes' snaps from last year too.
Yeah, that's the only way I can think about why not bring back Bynes, especially if it's another 1 year and he'll take a couple mil or whatever. because he's not getting any younger. But at the end of the year, he got a ton better. He looked like Josh Bynes that played for
the
Ratbirds.
The Ratbirds.
I was going
Ratbirds.
I was going to take the R and then add a different letter, but I figured no. The Ratbirds, just the Ratbirds.
That's way too much thinking for you, and I would have no clue what you're talking about. But yeah, those are just some interesting things to talk about. I mean, like I said, the off season for the Bengals is officially over, so we got like 6 weeks. So I might be talking more Reds than Bengals here next 6 weeks. So I like to talk some Bearcat football too, because I'm trying to get Chad Brendel on here. But he is not going to be available till about July, he said. So, but let's get into the press conference. We had Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow's press conference today. I wrote a couple things down. I already said that Zach said the team is close to being 80% vaccinated, and he talked about the team identity. So that's pretty much what I wrote down about Zach. But Joe, he said the knee is looking good, and he said he'll be ready for the season as long as there's no setbacks, which is obvious. And he thinks that he wants to work on. And he was a pretty good high school basketball player. So he used the term he wants to work on the shot clock, meaning, get the ball out of his hands quickly, make a decision, get it out of his hands faster, dump it down, go deep, whatever he's got to do. So those are things that he wants to work on probably in training camp, because he can't really do it right now. And this was something else that I thought was really interesting, because I was kind of hoping in the next couple of days we see more 7-on-7s or 11-on-11s, but we're not going to see any of it because they're all going home and going on vacation. But I think Dave Lapham was the one that asked this question or made this statement, and Joe agreed with him. He said they were doing a 7-on-7 drill today, and the ball did not hit the ground once. Joe followed that up. He goes, I think the ball only hit the ground once on 7-on-7 drills the whole time they were there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, because 7-on-7s, you got fumbles, you get in, you almost like a game, few less players. So that's impressive. And for everybody to show up like they did, like we talked about earlier with Bengal Jim, it just gets you excited. It makes you feel like this team,
they're all bought in.
Yeah, they are, and we've been fooled before. I have too. But for a team to show up day one, for OTAs, not even voluntary, and the whole team come pouring in, wanting to get this thing done, figured out, and know what they're doing by the time we hit the field, that's awesome. That's all you can ask for as a fan.
Right, exactly. I mean, kind of like Joe said also in the press conference, he said we have a great camaraderie in this locker room.
There you go.
And he said it's not, you don't have the wide receivers over here talking, you don't have the offensive line over here talking, you don't have, they're all talking. And which is, they didn't get to do this at all. Sure, it was all on Zoom calls or whatever. But that's a good sign too. And it just means to me they are becoming a team. They are all in this together. They're all trying to pull on the rope in the same direction. And that is honestly, that's the first thing you have to accomplish to have a winning football team. You got to have everybody bought in, everybody trying to do the same thing. And there's no cliques. It doesn't sound like there's any cliques. Everybody hangs out with everybody, because last thing you want is a cliquey team. And not that they had it before, but you did have Marvin guys and Zach guys. And maybe, they didn't all see eye to eye. I don't know. That's just me talking. But these are all very good things that we keep hearing out of the Bengals, and not only here, but we're seeing it. I mean, when everybody shows up 100% to OTAs, that is awesome. And what I think Joe about being a leader, and one thing he said was interesting. He goes, well, I don't know if you become a leader. He goes, you either are one or you aren't. And he goes, I'm just myself. He goes, I'm not a big rah guy, which he will do that, but I said I don't do it all the time. He goes, so when I do speak and I have something to say, people listen, which makes complete sense. If you're in there all the time, come on guys, let's go, we can do this, get on the field, blah blah. Everybody's like, okay, all right, stop with that noise. You got it, okay. Yeah. And if you're just hanging out, being boys, and if there's something that Joe wants to say, hey guys, this is a very important week, but a very important campaign, whatever,
Yeah.
He'll get everybody's attention because he doesn't do it all the time. So to me, that's another just good thing that Joe does as far as being a team leader.
Exactly. I mean, they respect the guy, and the guy's 23 years old, 24 now,
24,
maybe
24, 25, I think.
Okay.
Still,
boy, he hung around college for a while, but we still got him for a long time. And
oh yeah,
for those guys to respect him the way they do and listen when he talks, that's about more than you can ask for. We've had plenty of teams, plenty of quarterbacks, plenty of wide receivers that fought with each other, couldn't stand each other. I remember back in the day when it was Palmer and I think Chad.
They got into it. Yeah, and on Monday Night Football, I was at that game.
Yeah, in his face, I won't throw it to you again. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the blow up. Here we go.
Exactly.
But hey, man, we're glad to have Burrow, and I hope he's back. I've read reports. Now, I don't want to name any names from him, but this says that he may even take some snaps in our we just got done with our mandatory
in training camp,
but in our TC, in our training camp. I don't know how true they are, but I've read two from different places.
Well, he said in the press conference he plans on taking the very first snap at training camp.
Well, that too.
Yeah. He's taking snaps here, so
yeah.
I don't know if it's that big, but I mean, I think your point is some Bengals fans thought he wasn't going to be back until October, November. Other Bengals fans thought he was going to be back like opening day. Nobody thought he's going to be ready for OTAs. Getting a little hot on the collar there. So, yes, I think he's going to take snaps. Dude, I would not be surprised, honestly, if he takes a couple snaps in the preseason. I would not be surprised. I think Joe Burrow wants it now. Like he said, it's up to ownership and up to the coaching staff. I think Joe wants to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. Now, just remind you guys, we got the super chats going on. So if you guys want to support what I'm doing, go into the YouTube channel and you can do the super chats. You guys will jump to the front of the line. We got a question here from Mike. He said, "Yeah, I know. I noticed we had a lot of duos in the past. We had Carson Palmer to Chad Ochocinco, and we had Andy Dalton to AJ Green. Now we have Jamar Chase to Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, it's not only Jamar Chase to or Joe Burrow to Jackpot Joey Burrow to Jamar Chase. It's T. Higgins too. And people keep talking about Jamar. I'm telling you, and Joe said this in his press conference that T looks really strong, looks faster. It looks cleaner on his routes. So don't sleep on T. I said we might have the best trio in football. We're definitely going to have the best tandem, I think, in football. And that's nothing against Tyler Boyd, because Tyler Boyd is a joke too. So our trio of wide receivers are going to be legit.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, when you asked me that question earlier, it was literally a coin flip between Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins. Because either way, no matter who you try to double, it's not going to work out good for you with Joe Burrow if he's got a little bit of time.
Well, and the thing is, I don't know necessarily if there's going to be yes, Jamar is the X, but that doesn't mean T can't be the X sometimes. So I don't know if there's going to be one number one wide receiver on this team. I think you're going to have a 1 and 1A, and it's either or, Chase or T, and it could be Boyd too. So I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun this year. It's just too much talent on this team. And Jeffrey says, hope he plays opening day. I'm actually going to the game. That's awesome. I will be there with my season tickets and my orange sunglasses and my orange hair in the Tiger Den. That's what I'm trying to call it, the Tiger Den. See if Bengals. We had the Maddie from the ticket office on there. See if he takes us up on it. But we'll be in the Tiger Den every game this year for the opening day or all home games. So I can't wait to go. And
blast.
That guy one of these times is going to come up here and come to a game with me.
I will be at a game this year in Cincinnati.
Yeah. T is looking big. Yeah, he's looking a lot bigger, stronger, faster. And the thing is, too, T is only 21, 22 years old. So he's still growing into his man's body. I mean, he's already a man,
Right.
Right. But he can get bigger, faster, stronger. When you're 21, 22, man, shoot. That seems so long ago for me. I remember when I thought I could do all kinds of stuff. And I could. At 46, I can't now. But when you're 21, 22 years old, you can do a lot of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch them.
Yep. And I've got a little nugget once we get through a couple more here to give you. It's a quick thing about the Bengals.
Go for it, man. It's 6:24 anyway, so go for it.
Oh, wow. Time has flew, my friend.
Heck yeah, it is.
Bengal Jim, when we party with Bengal Jim, my God, you never know what time it is.
It's on like Donkey Kong then.
Love you, Jim. Anyway, the Bengals welcome 5 coaching interns as part of the NFL's Minority Fellowship program this week. So we had 5 extra coaches on the field that are learning to be high school coaches, college coaches, no matter where they may be in their life.
Trying to get their coaching career started. That's awesome.
It's an awesome program, and I'm thrilled that the Bengals are part of it. And Mike Brown is a part of it, and it's a great way to get young minds and even minority coaches, the whole deal, to get them that opportunity is to say, hey, I coach for the Bengals.
Right. It's a great opportunity, and it also can open up avenues. I mean, I know Zach Taylor said that I think he's working with at least 2 or 3 of them. I think 2 of them actually he hired. Not the ones today, but people who have went through that program before. He's hired them to work for the Bengals. So it does work. It gets you into coaching in general. I mean, if you can sit there and you work with NFL players and you can pick the brain of NFL coaches who are where, if you're a coach, just be real. You want to get to the NFL. I mean, that's your football coach. That's also a dream. Exactly. So if you can be on the field and learning from these guys and learning from NFL players, that's a tremendous opportunity. And I think it's great that the Bengals participate heavily in this.
Yeah, definitely. I loved it. When I saw that, I said, man, I get, in case somebody didn't read this, that's kind of it's a good way to give back. And it's just random people that wanted to come. He let them come. They set the whole practice. They looked at, the plays. Of course, I'm sure they didn't look at the plays that we're going to be using, but teaching and all that kind of stuff, being able to sit in, to a tight end room or a defensive line room or
just to be on the field with them, man.
Exactly. It's beautiful. It's awesome. So way to go on that, Mike Brown and Katie Blackburn and the rest of the Brown family.
That's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. It's 6:27. Let me get to the Facebook groups that let us live stream. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. You got Who Dey Nation, Cincinnati Bengals the Jungle, Bengals Nation, Bengals Who Dey Nation. What's somebody put one there? What else? Oh, somebody added one on here. Who else am I doing it here? Here it is. Who Dey Nation Uncensored. I'm on there too. So I'm trying. If I'm on there, I'm trying to give you guys some love, and I appreciate you guys letting me live stream on there. Then you got the Ohio State Bucknuts for Bucknut crazy boys like him,
just like this one.
Exactly. Then you got Bearcat Country. One of my favorite groups. It's the Bearcats, baby. We're gonna be good this year. Football team's gonna be good. I got the Ice Bar. It's my show page where it's a virtual bar. Get there, build up to a bar, have a couple beers, and let's talk shop. Let's talk some football. You can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Instagram, Twitter. Twitter handle is Jeff A. Trennepohl. That's TRENNEPOHL. TikTok handle there is Iceman90. So if you guys want to follow me in my silly TikToks that I do with, again, that guy, and just me and myself being silly and repping my Reds and repping my Bengals and repping my Bearcats and telling everybody how we are coming to destroy you. Check me out on TikTok. See, I'll be pulling off the sound off later on tonight. Like I said, if you can't sit or watch us for an hour, if you missed the show, check it out on the podcast. You can listen to it if you're at work at night or during the day tomorrow. I'm on BeanPod, Apple Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. YouTubers, We're doing awesome. We're at 1,135. Let's keep it rolling. Let's try to get to 10,000 as fast as we can. And other than that, my man, Jeremy. See, you've been Jeremy D. You've been Jeremy Dimebag Dean. You've been Jeremy D's Nuts Dean. How about Jeremy the Dominator Dean? We help roll on out of here.
Sounds good. If y'all want to check out my Twitter, it's very simple. It is D.
D.
And that's all. No D's. No, it's D.
Just
okay? D. D84 Jeremy. Very simple. And then TikTok, I do a lot of stuff with this guy, duetting as well. Like he was saying, you can catch me on Jeremy Dean 84 on TikTok. Hope y'all check us out. Thanks to all the groups that let us put up here. Everybody watching from there, thank you guys. Keep watching.
And honestly, if I missed your Facebook group, my apologies. I don't know all the groups we're on. People share it. So if we're on there and you guys are putting us at the top of the page, I appreciate you guys. That is awesome.
Yes. If we missed one of you, very sorry. I think you pretty much got it, but you did.
Somebody's gonna message me later.
Job, Jeff.
Somebody's gonna message me later. You didn't say our nation, our group. All right, my bad. I'll try to say it next time. I'm gonna have a page like 20 feet long.
Exactly. But anyway,
everybody, all together now.
As always, remember one thing and one thing only, and that is. You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati. Go help Bengal Jim and go see all your friends and Jeff and all them guys having fun. And while I'm here in Alabama, sweating my ass off in the heat.
Yeah. We're going to FaceTime you. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Go Reds. Let's kick the Boozers booty again tonight. Let's do another 10-2 stomping of them would be awesome. Bengal Jim. Jungle to the Hall this Saturday. Make sure you guys are there. If you haven't registered, go to his Twitter handle. It's all up there, pinned to the top. Register. Show up. Let's have some fun. Let's represent our Bengals. Let's make our voices heard. Hoo-day! And other than that, that's just sports, baby. See ya!